This skirt cost nearly £500 from Nina Blanc, and I made my own version for under £20. Here's how you can do it too. The process: pleating, panels, waistband, zip, and those gorgeous tiers. Simple on paper, but trust me, there are a few mistakes that you will want to avoid. I will talk you through it step by step. I first saw this Nina Blanc skirt on Instagram and I fell in love. I found 2 meters of this striped cotton deadstock fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. Total cost £16.48 plus postage. The fabric's extra wide, which made it perfect for pleating, but if you are working with standard width fabric, then you'll need more to get the same effect. Now, the original set comes with 2 tops. One was, let's say, a little too basic, and the other I could have self-drafted, but I was short on time. So I used a pattern I already had, the Stitch Witch Bywood dress pattern, which worked perfectly for turning into a top. It mirrors the pleating on the skirt and makes the whole set feel cohesive. So in this video, I will show you exactly how I drafted and constructed the skirt, the tweaks I made to keep it simple, and the mistakes you'll definitely want to avoid if you try this yourself. I've also written out a full set of step-by-step instructions in the description below so that you can follow along at your own pace. And the first thing I'm going to do is to fold this one over. Spent a long time looking at the pictures of the skirt online and trying to figure out exactly what I need to do for this pleating. But, you know, if it's not 100% correct, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be completely the same. It's just the general vibe that I'm going for. Now I have this first one pinned in place. Here, they have this folded over so that this is half the length. And then again, same, this folded over so that this stripe is half the size. Quite handy having stripes because then you can make sure everything is lined up nicely. Okay, there we go. And now that I have pinned the pleats, what I'm going to do is now work out how much I need to cut and then cut my front panel, and then I'm going to do the same for the back. Hopefully I can use this to make the waistband. What's quite helpful about this is because I got 2 meters of fabric is I actually think that I can just cut this in half and have the same front panel and back panel. Oh, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but basically that is maxi length on me. That's good. Just realised my first mistake, and when I was planning this make, I knew not to do this, and yet I've done it anyway. I've made a skirt for the entirety of my waist. It's only meant to be half. What I'm going to do is to move the pleats along and then cut it to half the measurements, which is what it was supposed to be in the first place. Whatever's left over can be used as part of the tier or maybe as part of the top as well. It's a good job I've got tons of fabric. I think that's going to look super smart. My revised measurements. Happy with how that is looking. Got there eventually. So I've ironed and pinned the pleats. I'm now just going to baste them using my machine. Then I'm going to attach the panels together. The panels are now basted and cut to the right size. And now what I want to do is just to sew up the side seams. But I did have a thought on pockets, so I'm going to add those in now. Luckily, I think, yep, I have a template for a pocket here. You even a sewist if you don't add pockets to your garment if you can. I might actually make them a bit deeper than this because I want it to be able to fit my phone in comfortably. I have overlocked and now I am adding my pocket. I have now pinned the side seam of the skirt with the pocket on the right side. If you're nervous to start sewing, honestly, just go for it. Nothing to lose. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, but that's how you learn, and the outcome just makes it 100% worth it. Next, I'm going to cut the waistband. Here is my waistband, which I have now interfaced. I'm now going to sew this to the skirt. It's finally in bed. It's 9:30. It's the summer holidays, so the only time that I get to sew now really is after they go to bed. I'm going to put the waistband with the skirt right sides together. Currently sewing on the waistband. Just sewn the waistband on, and I'm just doing a quick quality check, making sure that all of the pleats are in the right place. That's my side seam, there's my pocket. Really, really pleased with this. If I look dishevelled, it is because I am. It has just started pouring it down with rain, so I had to sprint out into my garden to rescue my washing. I have just sewn up the top idea that I have for this set. This is just a mock-up because I wasn't sure if the stripe placement was going to work, but it is elite. This is how it's come out. You can see here, we've got the wider white stripe in the middle, which is what I wanted. Just think that that's gonna look so good. I was very intentional about where I put the black color so that it wouldn't be visible when the two front pieces were sewn together. I love it when a plan comes together. I'm gonna lay this down on the floor, but I think we have a winner. Just put it on the floor so that you can see. I think that's gonna work really nicely. I don't know if you can hear that weather, but it is crazy. I have just inserted the zipper, happy with how that's lined up. And now I just need to trim the zipper and finish off the seam. Time for a quick fit check. I have just added the zip and closed up the side seam. The waistband is fitting, looks all right. Obviously I still need to finish off the waistband, but the biggest thing I've noticed is it's too long. I can't take a full stride in this because it's too tight, but this is not going to be the finished length. Excuse my pasty white legs. It is going to be shorter and have at least one ruffled tier, which means I will be able to walk in it. Might have to use our imaginations here a little bit, but that's what it will look like with the top on. The vision is coming to life for sure. I've just pinned the waistband facing to the waistband, and now I'm going to sew it. Okay, that's been sewn on, and I have trimmed down the seam allowance and just cut off the corner here, and now I'm going to turn out and sew the waistband down. I've decided to hand sew the waistband down, being very strategic about where I'm putting stitches, because obviously this is a white thread and I don't want that to show through on the black stripes on the front. I need to work out where to cut this. Now, in the original photos, it's difficult to see where the first tier is because there is an additional tier on the top. But I think that the additional tier is just under the knees. That's where I need to cut it. I don't want to make a mistake. Let's go there. I can always take more off. I can't add it back on. No going back. I really enjoy working with stripes. I think you can have so much fun with pattern placement. Now what I'm going to do is to cut a tier for the bottom ruffle, and I'm going to have the stripes going horizontally rather than vertically. When you're doing gathers, you need to make sure that the piece you're cutting is between 1.5 to 2 times the length of the piece that you're attaching it to. One of the really nice things about having striped fabric is you can see where you need to cut, and you're definitely going to be cutting in a straight line. So satisfying. I am going to gather before attaching to this. Just about to do the gathering. I find gathering so boring. Well, I totally forgot to sew up the side seams, so I'm doing that now. Better late than never. So I'm putting the tier onto the skirt now, right sides facing together. And now what I'm just going to do is evenly distribute the gathers before sewing down. A bit of truth. Yes! Looking good. I have put the skirt on. It's a little long, so I do need to take it up. I guess the question is, do I keep it with just the one tier, or do I also add in the second? So this is just to give an example about how it might look. That would look really good. What should I do? Right, going in now to cut my second tier. I'm going to construct this one in a slightly different order. I'm going to overlock everything first. Didn't particularly enjoy pinning this on, so I'm hoping it's going to be a relatively straightforward sew. Just taking this off the machine. I did a little basting stitch because I wasn't sure how well this was going to gather, but I'm actually quite happy with this. I am up against a deadline now, so I am speed pinning, speed sewing, but here I am constructing the top that I'm making to go with the skirt. I have got the main bodice, the facing, and I am going to sandwich the raw end of the tie in between the facing and the top so that when I sew, straps will be in the right place. I was very careful to match the stripes of the fabric with the facing. The white stripes are a little bit see-through and I didn't want black stripes to show through on the front of the garment. I'm going to need to trim the facing seam allowance. That's what it's going to look like. So here it is, the Nina Blanc dupe skirt and matching top, all for under £20. I didn't buy anything apart from the fabric, and I even had enough left over to make some accessories. My waistband finish is stronger than the original. I added a pocket and I moved the zip to the side to make the construction simpler. Now, not everything went perfectly. I miscalculated my waist measurement, I missed a step and ended up with only one pocket, and learnt the hard way why you should write down your process step by step. So next time I will make sure that I write everything out before I get started. Would I pay £475 for the original skirt? Honestly, no. Not when I can make this for under £20 and get compliments from strangers telling me that I should be a professional dressmaker, which is exactly what happened when I wore this set to dinner, and honestly, it just made my day. If you decide to make your own version using the instructions, then good luck, and don't forget to tag me in any of your creations on socials because I would love to see what you create. Next, I'm taking on another designer dupe that's even more ambitious, so stick around for that. And if you want to try this skirt yourself, then the full written instructions are in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Take care and I'll see you soon.